Hey guys, I'm with GoSuVision.com, a brand new website that brings you your eye on esports. And what this interview series aims to do is to bring exposure to um, slightly lesser known players, casters, and people in the community. And for my kickoff interview, I'm joined here with the absolutely suave looking today, Tim Frazier, aka Robin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How are you? I mean, I just woke up. My eyes are still trying to adjust to light, but nonetheless, I'm up. So, hope you're
All
feeling
right,
well as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. Got the light shining out from my blinds right now, and I'm doing great also. So let's begin. For those of the viewers that don't know, could you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Robin via gamer tag and all that fun stuff. My real name is Tim Frazier. I reside in the middle of the United States, just a regular guy trying to get out there and bust out some casting for StarCraft 2, just like everyone else. Really enjoying the esports scenes and really trying to make it known everywhere. So that's just me.
All right. So briefly tell us about a little bit about your gaming history in general, just gaming in general.
Gaming in general, I started around the N64 area, Super Smash Brothers, Conker's Bad Fur Day, all those fun, amazing games back in the trailer park days. When I was poor, could barely afford anything. Just kind of gone that route. Found a Halo on the Xbox, played Halo for a little bit, and it was all basically casually gaming until I was watching the USA Network one day. Noticed MLG busting out the Halo 2 being casted by Puckett, and I believe it was actually Sundance at the time casting. But nonetheless, it was really, really fun to watch, and I was like, wow, I want to play games for money. I was really a huge fan of Walshy and everything. So I started playing Halo 2. I didn't have internet at the time, unfortunately, so I played with my friends locally. Was pretty good at that. And then I finally got into the scene around Halo 3. Gamed it up then, went to a couple events, didn't do so well. But nonetheless, I was exposed to the exposure, and I was kind of addicted. I really, really wanted to go again. And I kept practicing. Halo Reach came out. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I kept playing, and then got word of StarCraft 2. Watched Husky cast. Decided to start playing it. Realized that game was really, really hard, and I kind of wasted my money by spending 1,200 bucks on a new computer. I'm like, well, you know what? I might as well cast and do something, and that's kind of where I am at now. Just last 10 months have been just a thrill for me and been really, really fun.
Sounds like an awesome journey. I would actually
Yeah,
like to see back in the days of Sundance casting. I actually haven't heard of
yeah.
that before.
I think him and Puckett actually. I think he would just do guest casting or anything. He would pop up every once in a while. It was really, really cool. So you
Awesome.
should definitely check him out.
Awesome. All right. So, what was the moment that basically clicked when you knew StarCraft 2 was right for you?
I used to do stand-up comedy, and I just love gaming in general. And then just being able to join the two together, basically improving, talking, being analytical as well, and trying to put jokes into it was kind of a moment where I was like, wow, these two things that I really enjoy, they kind of click well together. I'm gonna go ahead and try this, go ahead and chase this. This a little bit of a dream that just kind of arrives out of nowhere. So I would just say maybe around May-ish of this year, I was able to cast the Midnight Madness from the MLG Forum community. This guy named Coach Oz put it all together. He got a little funding behind it and whatnot. Had some amazing players in the community that wanted to play and just win money and have fun on the evening nights. And I kind of just started casting, and I was like, you know what, I'm not very good at this, but it's a lot of fun, and they kind of enjoyed it as well. And that's kind of where it all clicked together, and I just kept trying my hardest to be the best.
Awesome. Yeah, I do remember LG Forum Community doing a couple of StarCraft streams, and they were pretty good. I think one of them was for a LAN like in Florida where I live.
Yes, the StarCraft Miami League. I was able to cast that as well. Coach Oz did run that over in Orlando, and Destiny won it, actually. Was that the one that you saw, maybe? Versus
Um,
Cats?
yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah.
All right. So what got you to become a caster? And I know you mentioned Husky. Any other influences?
No, really, it was Husky. I saw him. He was really funny, and every time I watched him, like, I would come home from work. I used to work overnights at that time. I'd come home at 7 in the morning, and I needed something to kind of just relax to, kind of enjoy. And I would spend hours staying awake longer than I should have been, just watching Husky really entertain me, really making me enjoy StarCraft. And I guess you could do HD as well. And then StarCraft. StarCraft was a lot of fun to watch as well. And I was like, you know what? I think I could do this. I'm gonna try it out. And that was really the only influence. I just wanted to put my part out there, and really just make everyone enjoy it because it was StarCraft's exploding. I mean, you can't deny it. And so I just started chasing it, and that's where it came from.
Indeed. So what was your first big break of sorts? How did you get recognized?
I would say the MLG Community Caster Pool. I was able to do a big game, Idra versus Trimaster, and I got a lot of great feedback via Twitter on it. And of course, I guess the big break would be MLG Orlando. I mean, I wasn't very proud of my performance there. I don't think I was ready for it yet. But that would probably be the biggest break where a lot of people were like, "Hey, I halfway enjoy your casting. You need some work, but I'll definitely watch you." And that was really helpful. And then I guess from there, Playham's really started to explode. I love Playham to death.
Nice. All right, so you mentioned casting during MLG Orlando and Providence was one of your big starts.
Correct.
How was it? How was the experience, and how was it working with the MLG staff?
Oh my gosh, the MLG staff is amazing. They're all so nice, so fun. I would be sitting down at dinner, you know, practically by myself, and Lish would come over and talk to me. She's one of the, I think she runs the feedback thread on MLG. You know, the little 5 second countdown or whatever, and you see the live update polls and everything. I think she runs all that. She's really nice. Everyone there's a family. Steven's one of the best tech guys I've ever seen in my life. Lee's so nice to me. He'll walk up and be like, "Hey man, how's it going? You guys are doing great. Loving the beta casting. Keep up doing your work." Everyone was just they were so positive. They really enjoy esports. You think a lot of CEOs or a lot of companies are just there and they're like, we're doing this for money, but not MLG. I don't get that feeling when I'm there. They seriously, you'll walk around, you'll see them watching monitors of people playing games and cheering for their favorite players, and that's really cool. So that's my opinion on that whole entire crew. They're great. Like that's the best word I could use for it.
Yeah, it's all what makes MLG a great experience, in my opinion. All
Yeah.
right, so casting itself during the MLG events. I know for a fact during Providence that you had a blast casting Hey Pro, I believe.
Yes. Hey Pro versus MKP. Marine or not Marine King MVP. My apologies. Yeah, I got to cast game one, game two, game three went to the main stage because it was a game that really deserved it. At the time, Hey Pro was just having a tear through, and unfortunately, we weren't able to get him on the beta stream as much as possible. There were a lot of other games that were considered better, and no one was casting it. And I had nothing to cast, and I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I cast Hey Pro? I mean, I'm a fan of him." And they're like, "Yeah." So I went ahead and started busting out the cast. It was an amazing series, game one, game two, still series that like when I think about, I get adrenaline flowing through my body. It was awesome to cast, and unfortunately, not a lot of people got to see game one and game two because they were on the beta stream. So hopefully, they'll be able to check out the VODs, and hopefully, they get high quality next time because it's worth it. The quad view is amazing.
All right. Any other good casting moments that you experienced?
Well, Providence, I also had a General versus Violet. Violet, one of my favorite Zerg players as of late. Vile Illusion as well. He had a tear through. He actually knocked out Liquid Chef. I got to cast that series. And his late game multitasking, it can rival MVPs. It's seriously that good. He would have 4 drops going down with Marines everywhere. Thor's flying across the map as well in Medivacs. Just overall, I guess you could pick any of the games. Even casting Friday, we got to cast unknown players, and it was cool being able to watch them coming out to an event and competing in the open bracket. So, if you could watch any of the VODs from the beta stream, you really should because all the games are fun. You can learn from them.
All right. So, any other favorite moments from MLG aside from casting?
Um, you know what? Casting was the best, but being able to meet the players, I think, is the best. Saturday morning, I got to go out there, walk around before casting. I got to meet. Well, I met Liquid Chef in Orlando, but I didn't actually get to have a conversation with him. In Providence, I got that conversation. He's such a nice guy, really talking about how it's fun to be around fans, but it's really hard for him to focus. So, Chef, you guys fans, I know you want to get like signatures from him and whatnot, but wait until he's done with the tournament. He's a nice guy and he doesn't want to like turn people away, and he feels bad for doing it. But a little bit of a hope for me for you guys to leave him alone, let him play. But just meeting all the players, seeing them down, just they're people like us, just out there, and they're just so great at the game, just putting dedication into it, and that's a great moment in general. Just being able to look around, even if I wasn't a caster and I was just a viewer there, just seeing that would be huge.
Yeah, definitely one of the favorite moments of mine too when I was in person at Orlando. All right, so do your friends or family know about your success or the extent of your success? How do they react to that?
I wouldn't call it success. They just think I'm in there in my room doing my thing. My parents are nice
No
about it.
problem with that.
Yeah, no problemo. Yeah, I told my parents actually the other day I applied for that GSL Code A application. Well, it's not an application, but I applied for it because Doe was leaving. He's going to IGN, so good luck to him. And I told them about it, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna go to Korea for being a nerd?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not going, but I'm hoping to." So they support me. I mean, I got my job. I'm pretty stable in my life. I'm good to go. So as long as I'm not like a bum in my car trying to do things, then I think I'm good with them. So really in Kansas City, there's not too many people that are into StarCraft as much as I am. I'm trying to get Barcraft set up, but unfortunately, I've been lucky enough to go to the actual events, so I haven't had time to do that.
All right. Well, best of luck to your GSL little application thing you got there.
Thank you, man. I hope so.
All right. So, like all casters, I'm pretty sure you play the game a lot. What league are you in? What race are you in? What's your favorite strategy to do?
People are gonna hate on me so much. I'm High Diamond, and I like to play macro-oriented games. I'm a huge fan of Idra, so I try to go the whole multitasking, Ling Bangling Muta, which is really, really temperamental type of play. Because of course, if you lose your mutas, you're out of the game. But they're really good at harassing, really good at putting a lot of damage on, and then they're really good in going into the late game. So I try to play that, and I'm not as fast as Idra, and I get torn up to pieces and die all the time. But that's my strategy, and unfortunately, I don't put as much time into it as I should. I'm just not very good mechanically, but I feel like when I watch my replays, I know where I go wrong, and so hopefully one day I'll get into Masters.
All right. So touching on a bit of a heavy issue here, Artosis on the most recent state of the game as of the first week of December that we're doing this interview right now, he mentioned something about casters being mistreated by players, such as not joining lobbies or talking smack, either in person or in the game. Um, what do you think of this, and have you actually experienced any of this before in any of your
Well,
settings?
you know, I think of lobbies and whatnot and getting players into them. And I think of EG. EG's so positive and so nice. They would be like, "Hey, is caster ready? Are you ready to go? Let us know when you're ready. We are ready." They're really, really informal. And then there's other teams. I don't want to really push anyone out. If you do get the invite, they'll immediately start up, and it's a little bit of a pain to start up an overlay or at least get an introduction to the players. I work with Playham now, and for the most part, we have admins, everything ready to go, so we just join and we start up. But if you do it by yourself, it's a lot of work as a caster to get great players into a lobby, and they can be a little rude, but it's understandable. They put a lot of work into the game. They just want to play. They want to make their money, and that's understandable. We're just trying to get them exposure, so maybe a little patience would be nice. But again, they also think, it's not really fair because casters in general, which I think is a little unfair as well, get a lot of viewership and are more important, it seems like, than the actual players themselves. And so they might just be a little upset at that, and that's why they're kind of like, okay, let's get in the game, and you can get your little fame, and let me just play with my money. I don't know. I think over time it's going to definitely become more player focused. We're starting to see a lot of players starting to branch out. We've seen Tyler do videos and whatnot, and I'm hoping that eventually players will be better or more known than the casters. But right now, the casters are the personalities. They're the ones that's drawing people in.
Yeah, that's been discussed a lot, and I'm glad you brought your point of view on that.